Hey, this is John McLaughlin, media specialist at Cal High School in Marietta, Georgia, and this is my third time trying to record this because my daughter keeps screaming during the Braves game downstairs. This is my discussion for Module 5.2, Professional Development Experience. I guess the best professional development experience I've had recently is with the new Recordex large monitors they put on the walls in the classrooms in our school. We have a technology training integration specialist who came in, and she's in our building, once or twice a week. But she took the time. She's very personable. She's from Minnesota. She's hysterical. She came in and met with all departments in small groups and showed them how to operate these, big screen monitors. They're touch screen. You can run, plug them in. We have portable DVD players, laptops, etc. How to use them with your docking station. We have had issues with the cords going from the big screens to the docking station. I think it's the docking station issue. But she took the time to give out literature about it, to meet with the departments in small groups, go in one classroom and demo it. She also took extra time to work with me and my clerk, so we had extra experience on it. We have 6 of them in the media center, 3 up on the wall and 3 loose ones rolling around that we replaced ones that go bad. We've had a few go bad with technical issues. Nothing terrible, but it was smoother than I thought. It went really well. And looking at Guskey's 2002 article, does it make difference evaluating professional development? The 5 levels, participants, reactions. Teachers really enjoyed these new monitors because they didn't have to do as much writing on the whiteboard. We had so many teachers using whiteboards still, not using the LCD projectors we had in the ceiling because they would come out of calibration and then everything would be blurry. Learning, the teachers picked it up fast. Organizational support, it was good PR for our administration. We've got these big screens all over the place. We can roll them down and use them in meetings with teachers or parents or superintendents, etc. Everybody's using them. There's very few teachers that are not using these. So the use of new technology, participation was great. And then student learning, I think the kids like it because it's clear picture. It's big. It's up in front of the room. You can move some of them around if you have a mobile one. But I think it's been a huge plus, and it's all because of our integration specialist working with us, and she's just a great person to work with. My worst professional development there was 2. One was the iRespond personal student response systems we got in probably 8 or 9 years ago. They were dropped off in the summer in the media center and reboxed. I didn't realize they were going to rebox them, and I was out for a couple days that week, and they were all over the place. We have band in the media center in the summer, so band kids got in them. So that started off on the wrong foot there. We didn't get a ton of. We had some in the auditorium where we had, on the big screen instruction on how to use these things, but people didn't have them in their hands, which is key to having, getting good professional development. Understanding how to use the technology is having it in your hand. And our integration specialist, she was there too then. She went around to meet with people, but the people that aren't good with technology, especially older teachers that didn't use it, it was just a train wreck. We had issues with the batteries not fitting in there. We had issues with, you have 32 student units in each box, in each bag, and they transmit from the main unit that plugs into your laptop. Well, we were picking up transmissions from other classrooms, even though they're cinder block walls, they were still getting through. So that was a nightmare. And then the other issue we had was the whole county for athletics, all the coaches were told they had to make a website for their sport on VNN, which we're still using now, but when they first came in, very little training. We had 45 minutes of training for all the coaches. I'm just retiring from coaching this year after 15 years, but a lot of these coaches, most of them aren't, subject teachers. They're either PE teachers or special ed, but they're not very experienced with technology. They had this one guy come in for 45 minutes. Me and the AD got a little extra work with it, but within 2 years, nobody was using it anymore. They were making their own websites on Wix or Weebly or whatever they wanted to do. Our parents were doing it. And that was just no support either. The support was tough because company was out of Wisconsin. They had a Georgia guy who was hard to get in touch with. Learning Forward article from 2020. Standards are for professional learning. Content of the learning, how learning occurs, how it was evaluating the effectiveness of it. Everything with iRespond units and with using VNN for coaches to make websites was, we didn't get a lot of support. We didn't get a lot of instruction on how to use it. I did. I spent a lot of time working with people with it, but I ended up doing a lot of websites for other sports. I coached lacrosse. I was doing mine and the girls and the boys, trying to help them, and then doing baseball and some other ones, which I just don't have the time to do it. So that was a huge problem. And admin wasn't really aware of it. It was our AD, and he kind of passed it on to me, which is fine. I guess part 3 is describe at least one way I provide effective professional development to colleagues within the context of my current role. I feel like the biggest thing that I can do in terms of professional development is be available and help people with problems, whether it's a little problem or, like the IT crowd show. Is it turned on? We got new copiers in this year. Completely different. I have experience with copy machines, so from the printing business, so I'm able to go in there and show them the big screen TVs, but just being available, helping people. We have laptop carts. We've had some issues with those, but letting people use them. If there's an issue, we go there, we drop what we're doing, because it's usually, rarely is it a huge fix. It's usually just something small, something's not on. In all our labs, we're having problems. Kids are turning off the switches, things like that. And we just gave out 900 laptops out of 1,500 kids in the past 2 weeks. And we haven't had really any major issues yet. Distribution went really well. Me and an admin and I did the distribution from the book room down by the lunchroom at lunchtime for the kids. We've only lost a few that kids left out in the rain and stuff like that. But I think being available and being willing to help people if they ask you for it, and there's people you don't want to deal with. There's always somebody you don't get along with for whatever reason, just the way they act or whatever. But I try and help everybody and just, bite the bullet. I've been doing it a long time. I've been at the school a long time, and I like my job. I love my job. I want to go to school every day and just have a good time and, make sure everybody else is happy. And that seems to work. That's about all I got. Go Braves. Have a good night. Thank you.